Hey, I'm Kelly. If you love cars as much as I do, you're in the right place. From drifting car days to uncovering the world's most iconic rides. Gear up and subscribe to Drive with Kelly for non-stop car fun. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about comparisons in the pickup truck world right now, because Toyota has just given us a clearer picture of what the 2027 Hilux is bringing to the table. And honestly, the reaction has been mixed. On one side, you've got people saying the 2027 model is a meaningful step forward. On the other side, you've got buyers squinting at the spec sheets, asking, wait, how different is this actually from the 2026? Because on the surface, it doesn't look like a revolution. But here's the thing, with Toyota, it never does. And that's exactly why this comparison matters. Because the gap between the 2026 and 2027, Hilux isn't just about numbers on a page. It's about philosophy. It's about Toyota understanding its buyers better than almost anyone else in this segment. And today, we're going to break it all down. What actually changed, what stayed the same, and most importantly, whether those changes are worth your attention or your money. Let's get into it. So what did everyone expect from the 2027 Hilux? Let's start with the obvious. Why did people expect a bigger leap from the 2027 model? Well, it's simple. The 2026 Hilux already made headlines by introducing the 48-volt mild hybrid system, the fully electric variant, dual 12.3-inch displays, and a sharper, more modern design. It was genuinely the most complete Hilux we had ever seen. So naturally, when 2027 rolled around, people expected Toyota to go even further. New platform, bigger battery, more range on the electric, maybe even a brand new powertrain option. Meanwhile, the competition hasn't slowed down. Ford keeps pushing with more tech and more power. The VW Amarok continues to blur the line between pickup truck and luxury SUV. And the Chinese brands are leveling up faster than anyone predicted. So when Toyota revealed that the 2027 Hilux was more of a focused refinement than a ground-up reinvention, some people were surprised. Others were frustrated. But as always with Toyota, there's more to this story than the spec sheet suggests. The powertrain, refined, not replaced. Let's talk powertrains first, because this is where most of the debate lives. The 2026 Hilux introduced the 48-volt mild hybrid system paired with the proven 2.8-liter turbo diesel, and that combination genuinely changed how the truck felt to drive every day. Smoother, more responsive, more efficient, it was a real improvement over the standard diesel that came before it. For 2027, Toyota hasn't thrown that out and started over. Instead, they've done something very Toyota. They've refined what already works. The mild hybrid integration is expected to be even more seamless in the 2027 model, with better calibration between the electric motor assistance and the diesel engine, smoother start-stop behavior, and slightly improved fuel efficiency figures over the already competitive 2026 numbers. It's not a dramatic headline, but in real-world driving, those refinements add up. The 2.8-liter diesel itself continues with further reductions in internal wear and improved thermal management, making the 2027 version even more durable over the long term. And here's the part most people overlook. Toyota kept the timing chain. No wet belt system, no added complexity, just a proven setup that mechanics worldwide already know inside out. And then there's the electric variant. The 2026 electric Hilux arrived with a 59.2 kilowatt-hour battery and a range of around 240 to 260 kilometers. For 2027, that range is expected to push closer to 300 kilometers, with improved battery thermal management and smarter energy recovery during braking. It's the same platform becoming more mature, and that maturity is exactly what urban fleet buyers need to feel confident making the switch. The transmission conversation. Now, let's talk about something that genuinely separates the 2026 and 2027 debate, the transmission. The 2026 Hilux carried forward the 6-speed automatic, and that decision raised eyebrows in a segment where rivals are stacking 8, 9, and 10 gears. For 2027, Toyota is expected to refine the shift calibration and software tuning of that 6-speed rather than replacing it entirely. And here's why that actually makes sense. A 6-speed is more durable under harsh conditions. More gears mean more complexity, more moving parts, more things that can fail when you're deep in the bush, far from the nearest workshop. For the Hilux audience, fleet owners, farmers, contractors, people who actually use this truck for work, a transmission that lasts 400,000 kilometers without drama is worth more than one that shifts 5% faster on a smooth highway. The 2027 Hilux refines what the 6-speed already does well, rather than chasing a spec sheet number that most buyers will never notice in real-world use. That said, the 2027 model is also expected to retain the manual gearbox option in certain markets, and in a segment that's going almost entirely automatic, that's actually a meaningful point of difference for serious off-road and overlanding buyers. Off-road capability, smarter, not just stronger. Moving on to one of the most important areas of comparison, off-road capability. The 2026 Hilux was already seriously capable. Proper 4WD with low-range gearing, rear differential lock, active traction control, multi-terrain select, and 700mm water weighting depth. It set a strong benchmark. For 2027, Toyota is expected to build on that with smarter terrain management rather than just adding more hardware. The multi-terrain select system is anticipated to gain more granular surface modes with improved sensor integration, so the truck reads changing conditions faster and responds more precisely. Crawl control calibration is also expected to be refined, making technical low-speed off-roading more accessible without taking anything away from experienced drivers. The 2026 gave you the platform. The 2027 makes that platform more intelligent. And in real-world off-road situations, smarter systems make a bigger difference than most people realize until they actually need them. Interior and technology, the 2027 pushes further. This is an area where the gap between the two model years becomes more tangible. The 2026 Hilux made a massive leap with dual 12.3-inch displays, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, improved materials, better noise insulation, and the updated Toyota Safety Sense suite. It genuinely felt like a different truck inside compared to what came before. The 2027 model is expected to build on that foundation with faster processing, improved software responsiveness, and over-the-air update capability that means the truck systems can improve after you've already bought it without needing a dealership visit. Voice command integration is also expected to be more refined, and the overall interface is anticipated to feel even more intuitive. The safety suite is expected to receive updated radar and camera systems for better performance in challenging lighting or weather conditions, which matters a lot if you're using this truck in demanding real-world environments rather than ideal test conditions. The 2026 cabin felt modern. The 2027 cabin is expected to feel genuinely premium. Towing and payload consistent where it counts. Here's the honest truth about the towing and payload comparison between these two model years. The numbers don't change dramatically, and that's actually a good thing. The 2026 Hilux delivers up to 3.5 tons of towing capacity and around 1,000 kilograms of payload on the diesel and hybrid variants. The 2027 model is expected to maintain those figures while improving the systems that support them. Smarter trailer sway control, better tow mode calibration, and improved integration between the hybrid system and the drivetrain under load. These aren't headline numbers, but they make the experience of actually towing feel more controlled and more confident. The electric variant is also expected to see modest improvements in payload and towing figures as Toyota continues to develop the platform. For buyers who use the Hilux as a genuine working tool every day, these refinements matter more than a flashy new number on a brochure. Design, evolution, not revolution. And then there's the question of design. The 2026 Hilux brought a genuinely sharp refresh, bolder front end, larger grille, sleeker LED lighting, stronger character lines, and a wider, more planted stance. It looked more like a modern Toyota and less like a pure utility truck, while still keeping that unmistakable Hilux identity. For 2027, the changes are expected to be more subtle, cleaner panel surfacing, more distinctive lighting signatures, and potentially new color and trim options that give buyers more ways to personalize the truck. Toyota isn't expected to redesign the 2027 Hilux from scratch, and honestly, it doesn't need to. The 2026 design direction was strong. The 2027 model is expected to polish it rather than replace it. And that restraint is very deliberate. Toyota knows that the Hilux's design needs to feel timeless and purposeful, not trendy. So, 2026 or 2027, which one makes more sense? Here's the bottom line. The 2026 Hilux was a landmark model. It introduced mild hybrid technology, a fully electric option, a modern cabin, and a design that finally matched the truck's reputation. It was the Hilux growing up in the best possible way. The 2027 Hilux takes everything that made the 2026 impressive and makes it better, more refined, more capable, more intelligent, and more future-ready across every area that actually matters to real buyers. It's not a reinvention. It's Toyota doing what Toyota does best, taking a winning formula and quietly, consistently improving it without breaking what already works. If you bought the 2026, you made a great decision and you should feel good about it. But if you're in the market right now and can wait for the 2027, the refinements are real and they're meaningful, especially on the tech, the electric range, and the off-road systems. Either way, the Hilux is in the best shape it has ever been. And that's a statement that would have felt bold just a few years ago. If this breakdown helped you see the difference more clearly, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Drive with Kelly. And if this blew your mind, take a closer look at the real story behind the Toyota Hilux Champ, now popping up on the upper left of your screen.